Action.
Okay, hi Mom. This is your Zen Mp3 player. Andy and I each have one. In fact, here's mine. See, mine's just like it. But we really hope you enjoy listening to audiobooks and stuff on here. This is just a quick tutorial to show you the basic features. One thing I want you to know is that this thing is chock full of features and stuff that you may not ever need. It will do things like sound recordings. You can set an alarm clock. You can have your scheduler, a calendar on here, all kinds of things. What I have done just to make it easy for you to listen to audiobooks on the FM radio is to take all of those extra things. I have removed them from the menu. They're still there, and we can add them back to the menu anytime you want to, but I thought just for starters, we would keep it very simple. And I've already charged it, but you may need to charge it up when you get this. The way you turn it on to find out if it's got any charge, this is the front of it. Look on the side, and there's a little slide button. You just push that down, and it'll come up. It came right up for me because I just had it on, but there might be a little bit of pause. And there's this little button, this little battery indicator there, and right now it's fully charged. If it doesn't come on, then it's likely that you need to charge it up. And so the way you do that, I'm going to turn it off. The way you charge it up is there's a little hole right down there on the side, and with your cord, you just plug that in the right way, like that, and this is the USB cord that goes in your computer, but we're not going to worry about putting it on your computer right now. Don't even worry about that. But I've got this little adapter plug. You just plug that in, and that goes into your wall, and just charge it up for a few hours or a couple hours. It charges pretty quickly, and once that's done, you can just unplug it, and you're good to go. Your headphones go into this little hole right there. Headphones are all standardized, so you can use any headphones you want. I got you some that I thought looked pretty good. They got the little tips on the end, and there's even, these came with some little replacement rubber things to go on the end should that ever come off. Anyway, so now you're good to go. And now I'm going to show you some of the features and how you actually listen to audiobooks on there. So anyway, Merry Christmas. We hope you enjoyed this. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to play an audiobook that you've got stored on here. I did preload some for you, and some that I hope you will like. We can put more on in the future, but this will at least give you a taste for what it's like to listen to them. Okay, so I've just turned it on, and it shows me I'm on the main menu, and it's on albums. Remember to navigate on the main menu, you just press this directional down button to go down, or press it to go back up. Okay, now we're at albums. So to see what albums, then you press OK, which is this middle button there. And here you've got all the audiobooks listed there. Let's go down to The Kitchen House, which is a really good book that I hope you enjoy. So I've highlighted that. Now I'm going to press OK, this center button. Now this one is actually broken up into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So let's start with part 1. So part 1 is already highlighted, so I'm just going to push the OK button, and now I'm just going to tell it to play. And now it is starting. And you can just listen to your heart's content. The volume, you go up. The up arrow makes it louder. The down arrow makes it softer. Let's say that you want to pause it because you're walking and you want to talk to your neighbor. So let's pause it. See this little button right down here? It's the bottom right hand button. Is play and pause. Just push that. And now it has stopped. It saved your place, but it's stopped. And you talk to your neighbor and you're ready to get on with your way. You can press the same button again, and it starts back up to where you were, and it keeps going. Okay, now let's stop it again. Now let's say that, wow, you missed something and you want to rewind it a little bit. The way to rewind it is very intuitive. You push the you got these directional arrows here, left and right. Left will go backwards, right will go fast forwards. We want to rewind. Now, if you just press it and release it, it goes back to the back of the track. You may not want to do that because you may be in the middle of a track. So just to go back for a few seconds, you can just press it and hold it, and then release it, and it'll start playing again. You might want to go back a little bit more. Let's go back a little more. And the longer you press it, the faster it will go back. And then if you decide, oh, forget it, I just want to go back to the beginning of the track, you just press it and release it, and it starts over again. So you can play around with going backwards and forwards, because if you do want to go forward, you just hold that down and it starts fast forwarding. And you can notice there's a little time clock here in the bottom left hand corner. It tells you like now we're in 1 minute and 5 seconds into it, and it's just counting up. So anyway, that's what that is. This FYI, this number here in this corner says how much time is left on that track. Now this is kind of a long track. This one's 6 hours and 38 minutes. So you will see this as you listen to it. You'll see that little orange bar go on. And let me fast forward it to show you what I mean. I'm just going to go forward and forward and forward and forward. And notice here, see, I'm fast forwarding, fast forwarding. Okay, so now notice this little orange bar. I've just gone about 1 hour and 42 minutes into it. So that's how you can navigate where you are within it. So, but remember, if you just press it once and release it, it goes back to the beginning of the track. So, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to set a bookmark. It's really helpful in these long audio files. So just pretend you're listening to the kitchen house. You're going and going, and it's like, okay, I want to stop for the day. You pause it, just like I told you, this bottom right hand button, play pause button. Now, to set a bookmark, you go up here. There's a little button up here. Let's call it the options button or your sub menu. You push that button, and that will give you a little sub menu. And the second item on there, and I'm going to go, oops, where'd it go? Okay, I'm going to go down, and then where it says set bookmark, and now I'm going to do OK, this middle button. And you've got 10 different bookmark slots. They are all empty right now. So I'm going to, it's on number 1, I'm just going to push OK again. And now it has saved a bookmark. So now you can go and do something else, or listen to the radio, or turn it off, or whatever. And when you come back, you can pick it up again, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's turn it off. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, now like I said, it usually comes back to where you were. I'm just going to go back to the main menu. So I'm going to push this button here. This button right there has like a little back arrow thing. This goes back to the previous menu. So I'm just going to back up. There's the kitchen house menu. I'm going to back up. Keep going, push that button until you get back to your main menu. And it's this blue screen right here. You've got your 4 options. Okay, so now I want to say, I want to go back to listen to the kitchen house again. So I'm going to go down. The second item on your main menu says bookmarks. So I highlight that. I got there by doing this little down arrow here. And I'm going to push OK. And there it shows all my bookmarks. I just have the one. It's on number 1. Now you can scroll down if you have more than one. But press OK. And voila, there it is. Okay, now let's pause that. I'm going to teach you how to play the FM radio, because let's say you want to listen to Rush Limbaugh. Let's go back to the main menu. I'm going to use this back button to get there. Just keep going. Okay, now I'm at the main menu again. And this time, I'm going to go down to where it says FM radio. And I'm going to press this OK button. I have preset it to the station that plays Rush Limbaugh, which is 105.9 WMAL. It's playing on that. Don't forget your volume button there. There are ways to set other radio station, and I'd be happy to walk you through that. But anyway, this one will let you listen to Rush Limbaugh. Now, if you want to go back to listen to an audiobook, you just go do this little button here to go back to the previous menu. There's our main menu, and you can go back to your bookmark, and then go up. Oops, I'm sorry, it was already there. Push OK, and you're all set to go. Those are the main things on here. One thing I wanted to mention, in the very unlikely event that this thing ever freezes up, and mine has done it just once or twice, but there is sometimes if it just doesn't respond and it's frozen up, don't panic. It's not necessarily broken for good. Something that, if you look at the bottom of it, there's a teeny tiny little hole right there, and it has the word reset very faint. It's a tiny hole. You just get the end of a paper clip and stick it in there, and then it will reset everything. And so if that ever happens, and I can walk you through it on the phone, but it's this little tiny hole right there. And you put that in, and it will do something called rebuilding it, but don't worry, it won't lose any of your content. It won't do anything that I have found. It just kind of, it's like rebooting it or something. So if it ever freezes up, that's definitely something to try. Just pushing that little button, and that is it. And now let's turn it off on the side, and it's off. So it's pretty easy.
Going. Now Stephanie is going to tell you about the FM transmitter. As you will note, I have contributed almost nothing to this. She has done all the really hard work. So here.
Well, you don't have a transmitter. We didn't get you one of those, but I just want you to be aware that if you just love your audio, your MP3 player so much that you want to take it on the road with you when you go in your car, that is possible. It just requires the purchase of a little FM transmitter, and you can get that at Walmart or Radio Shack or Target or really anywhere that sells electronics, but I did see them at Walmart. They're in the $10 to $20 range, and all it does is it's a little doodad that plugs into your cigarette lighter in your car, and you can set it to an FM frequency that isn't being used, and then it has a little cord that plugs into here. So once you do that, it's not hard to set up at all. That allows you to play this and listen to it through your car speakers. So that's really nice, especially if you're on a trip or something. So that is, down the road, if you find that you would really like to do that, it's really easy to set up and it's not expensive. So at that point, just let us know and we can walk you through how to do that. Anyway, but we hope you enjoyed this. I know I use mine almost every single day, and we hope you enjoy it too. There is also expanded memory. There's a little thing up on the top that this is actually not an SD card, but if you ever think, oh, I want to store even more stuff on it than this has room for, then that's also an option, and we can that will be a future conversation of how to do that. But if you're wondering what this little thing here, this is just a little plastic placeholder. Just keep that in there. I think that's pretty much everything you need to know for the time being to get this going. When you are ready to put some other audiobooks on there, we can walk you through how to do that. Maybe I can log into your computer and help you with that, and we can take off some of these that you've already listened to that you don't want to listen to anymore. This holds 8 gigabytes, which is quite a bit, but at some point if you keep adding to it, then you may need to start taking some stuff off, and so we can cross that bridge when we get there. So we hope you enjoy this. Merry Christmas.